All right, so working on the switch here. I have a kit on order, just hasn't got here yet, but I thought I'd try to clean this up and, you know, see if I can get it to work with the existing washers. Now, the little tiny ones in here, you can see some of them have broken. I actually had gotten them all back in together, but then today I was going to take one out to check something out, and somehow I broke all three. I don't know if me cleaning them up, I used some 99% isopropyl alcohol just to kind of clean them up a bit. Maybe that soaked in, made them brittle. I don't know. These big ones are still the original, so I haven't really found, a replacement that'll work in here. Maybe there's one, but like I said, I have a kit on order from Jerry, but I'm playing around with making the tiny ones. There's 3 of them stacked together that are sandwiched in between there, okay? And these are thicker than the original, and I initially, shaved them down, but I'm wondering if I can just do it with that existing thickness, because I think as long as these hex head screws aren't peaking above the rim of the rotor, it should be fine. I mean, depending how I have the fiber washers in there on the rotor, shimming it out, but I just doubt it's going to contact that stuff back there. You can see on the 11646, one of these aftermarket screws sticks up a little bit, and I don't see any evidence that anything was rubbing back there on it. So, I'm sure there's a little bit of leeway there. So I am going to see what this looks like. And, the fiber washers in this kit I'm getting could be pretty much the same thickness. So, I mean, you would have to source these are metric. You would have to source probably, I don't know what the thickness would be, but these are probably a little bit thinner than a 32nd, but thicker than a 64th. So, but yeah, I'm taking these little bitty 2-inch or 5 millimeter outer diameter. Let's see, these are 2.5 by 5, and these are 2 by 5. I think that's wrong. 2.5. That's the inner diameter. Yeah, that's right. So 2.5 inner, 2 inner. Well, it says 5 as the outer, but these clearly look smaller. So, that's what you get on some of this, Amazon Chinese stuff. You just, this is clearly a smaller outer diameter than that one. So now I'm opening the hole a little bit. This one I've already opened the inner diameter, but basically I got one of my incredibly tiny rat tail files here and a drill, and I'm widening that center up a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm going to put those on and see what I got. And then not really shaving them down, but I'm just, getting off any burrs from the rat tail process. And then we're going to see what they look like height-wise.